Hey YouTube, this is me, Tamara. This is a video response for African exports. We need to support young mothers. First of all, I wanted to say I think that it's a very important topic that African Export has brought to the table, has brought to YouTube. I don't think I've ever seen someone so honest and so real about the situation, about putting it out there, because it can be very controversial and stuff, and people don't like to talk about it because you know what, we honestly probably know someone who's going through it, or we've seen someone. So I wanted to just say a couple things. I'm 21 years old. I just graduated from college, as some of you may know, and during high school was a very, I think just in general, high school is the most important time for any young lady. It doesn't matter what color you are, black, white, Asian, Spanish, it doesn't matter. High school for a young girl is sort of hard, you know what I mean? Some people want to fit in, and they go and do things that they necessarily wouldn't do if they were in a totally different environment. So a lot of those are products of their environment. So a couple things I would like to mention: in my high school, we even had a daycare. We had a daycare for students. That sounds kind of absurd, but let me explain it a little bit. My high school was a vocational high school. We had different majors. We had cosmetology, where you could get your license. We had medical billing. We had business. We had vision. We had fashion. We had barber, where a guy could become a barber. We had different majors where if a young lady did get pregnant, and you know what, it wasn't the end of the world. She didn't have to drop out of high school. And my school wasn't like, that's not what it focused on, because I don't have any kids or anything like that. But that's just, kind of a plus. If you had a child, you can still go to high school, get your education and get like a little trade, so you can at least support yourself a little bit, you know what I mean? You didn't have to solely depend on someone else. So with that being said, a lot of girls in my school, I would see them get pregnant, not necessarily for different reasons. It could have been they wanted to hold on to a guy, they needed attention, they were just so reckless with their life that, if you know what, at this point, at this day and age, with just so much things going on out here, with different diseases and stuff, like some high school girls are very reckless. Not high school girls, just women. It could be teenagers, 20-year-olds, 30-year-olds. They're just very reckless. And what it shows to me, I'm not trying to judge anyone, or I'm not trying to judge anyone. I'm not pointing any fingers here. I'm just being honest. From what I've seen, a lot of people are reckless, and that's how people get pregnant. And I've seen in high school that girls were getting abortions left and right. And I know the whole abortion issue that's what's really controversial, but I mean, despite of what I may think about abortions, I just want to say that if someone agrees with abortion, yeah, they could have abortion once. But to keep having abortion after abortion after abortion after abortion, there's something wrong. There's just something wrong. You know what I mean? Like, I thought to every action, there's a consequence. To every single action that you do, no matter big or small, there's always going to be a consequence. You don't pay your bills on time, you get a late fee. The whole point is that everything has a consequence. If you have unprotected sex, not only could you become pregnant, which is, you know, what people are so terrified is. That's the big well, some people are terrified apparently, but that's what people are scared of. Oh, becoming pregnant. But at the end of the day, that's not the only thing that's out there. There's so many other things that can happen to you. It just shows your self-worth. And a lot of girls, especially in high school, teenage girls, they don't have a lot of self-worth. They just don't. And it's very sad. It's very, very sad. I've seen, you know, girls just practically throw their whole lives away. It's just very sad. Sometimes they ask, oh, why are you putting all the blame on me? The guy, like African Export mentioned this also. Why are you blaming putting all the blame on me? The guy, he was, you know, it takes two to tango. That's true. Don't get me wrong. That's entirely true. But when you have a baby, that man could leave. And a lot of the times he does. He can just walk up and leave. And that's it. And if you're, I guess, lucky, he'll send you a check every month. If you're lucky. So when you say you're putting all the blame, because you're gonna be the one that carries that baby for 9 months. You're gonna be the person that has to care for that child for the rest of his life. These things are cycles. And of course, people break these cycles, you know, there's nothing that's ever absolute. But what I'm trying to say is that, excuse me, that I've heard people say, it's okay, there's nothing wrong with living in the project, that is fine. That's cool. But if that's what you inspire to be, you don't want to move out the projects because do you not want to do anything? Do you not want to try? That's what I don't understand. I don't understand how, now I'm just talking about people in general. I'm moving so much, but what I'm saying is that people, they just live day to day. Like, do you want to, like, do that for the rest of your life? Do you want to just sit on the stoop and just, and like, honestly, these guys that are trying to talk to you, and you may think they look so good, they're losers. Seriously, they're losers. And the same thing they told the other girl is what they're telling you. It's the honest truth. The same thing, the girl that just walked past him 30 minutes ago, that, you know, that didn't give him the time of day, and you feel so special. Like, you should not feel special. You should feel disgusted that he even thinks that he has the audacity to talk to you, because you guys are at different levels. You're so at different levels. You're standing in front of a corner store. That's what you do with your day? Is that serious? Is this real? And it just really upsets me that these guys, they think that they hold some sort of, and then when you don't want to talk to them, they'll get upset because you're offending them. But the truth is, the reason they're offended is because you're not wasting your time with them. And also, I wanted to mention girls being impressed by what somebody else has. I've seen in college that girls would be impressed. Oh, that guy, he drives a nice car. Drives a nice car? How is that? What does that have to do with you? I don't understand. Who are you trying to, like, if you're trying to show off to someone, why? Why are you wasting your time? Who are you showing off to in the first place? For someone, if somebody cares about what kind of car your boyfriend drives, that's a little pathetic. And I'm just going to say that because that's a little pathetic that you would be impressed. You would go out with a guy because he has a nice car. That has nothing to do with you.